given the prevailing paradigms in contemporary theology, how does a theology of improvisation begin to radically call into question some of the assumptions of your fellow theologians?
Well, thank you, Brother West, for a fastball across the plate. So, I grew up down in Vicksburg, Mississippi, and I do want to make a shout out to Sam and Heltzel. And I just wonder why, as a white boy from Vicksburg, did it take playing football and going to blues festivals to have that deep friendship and fellowship with my African American sisters and brothers. And in Vicksburg, see, many of these folks have been back down to my home, and I love all y'all. And so, I grew up in a town where the white folks had everything, the black folks had nothing, and that was a crying shame. And it was the blues music that really told that story. Because it's through the blues and jazz that African American folks have told their story of suffering. And I'm asking the question, okay, what would it look like to reimagine Christian theology today from the prophetic black Christian underside of a white, patriarchal, Euro-American modernity? And we gotta listen to the blues. So when B.B. King sits up with Sweet Lucille and says, everybody wants to know why I sing the blues, you know I've been around a long, long time. I've really paid my dues. That he's conveying some feeling of suffering. The thing about Vicksburg is the southern tip of the Mississippi Delta that runs up to Memphis. And that's the heart of darkness in America, because that was where the worst forms of slavery were rooted. And until we bust up those demonic strongholds in the Mississippi Delta, we are not going to be liberated in the nation. And that's what the Poor People Campaign understand. It came out of Marsh, Mississippi. So that is a key piece of that. But I also look, with that blue note, I want to look to jazz and Brother Train to help us move ahead on that love train. So as I try to reimagine Christian theology today, what I write on page 13 is, now is the time for Christianity to live into a jazz-like improvisational future. Traditionally, theology has been most often written in the style of Western classical music. It often sounds like a baritone soloist with a symphony orchestra behind him, reinstating the Western Civilization Project and its racist and patriarchal underpinnings. In contrast, prophetic intercultural Christian theology today increasingly has the freedom sounds of jazz. So I went to school in Chicago, went up the river, and they came to New York and started going to, instead of blues festivals, jazz clubs. Like Small's Jazz Club in the Village with my friend Yosef Surratt, Sekou, Reverend Sekou, Millard, Southern, and Larry Perry, and listening to jazz music, because while blues is talking about the pain of the past, jazz looks forward and with improvisation. And so I think improvisation is the key principle, both hermeneutically and epistemically, for moving theology ahead today.